Developers, a quick video now on the type of operator. So I've opened up the 06 type of file, but what I'm going to do is I actually want to grab some variables from my other file called the comparison file. So back to the type of, I'm going to paste these guys in here, and I am just going to enable. I want to make sure I have a string, I have a number. So let me have a number, and I basically just want to have different types. So, in fact, let me change this. There's my age, is drinking age. I'm going to name that to true. I want to have different types of data in here, and var an object is going to be just a simple little object here. And then that's it. So let me fire this up in live server, so that we can discuss what the type of operator is going to help us see. And let me take that off. All right, so on the right hand side, I'm going to have my window load up. And here it goes with everything. Wonderful. Let me declare another variable to capture the value. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to prefix everything with T for the time being. T loves code. I feel compelled to still use proper naming convention. I'm going to write type of again. Look, here's type of. Simply typing the word type gives me some intelligence. Hit tab. I want to know the type of loves code. I want another one for T of is drinking. Drinking. I'm just going to leave it at that. Type of is drinking age. So let's see what happens as I declare those two variables and what shows up in our little graph. Let me open up my developer tools. And we see that what has rendered is that the type is being shown as a string, right? And the type is being shown as a Boolean, right? So this is really important. I could do it also out of the browser, type of my age, and that's a number, okay? Oh, I should have actually, again, I should have a separate variable called my age string, just so that you can see, because you would actually use this later on, potentially, to make sure that when you start doing comparisons that you actually have a number when you think you have a number. So now I'm going to say type of my age string, and it's a string, right? The type of my age, and that's a number, right? So we simply write type of space followed by my age string. You could, sometimes it feels better. I've seen people try to do this, right? If you do that, that might make you feel a little bit better because that's going to feel a little bit more like executing a JavaScript function. But you should totally get used to just simply saying it like that, right? So type of my age. By the way, right, this is an expression. You just need to put an expression there. So if you said, if you remember, my age is equal 25, that yields true, right? So if you were to take that and said type of, right? So here's the expression, right? Let me put parentheses around the expression. This is the expression. So if I do that, I'm going to get the type of Boolean, because the my age compared to the number 25 against strict comparison, it's going to yield a Boolean, true or false. So I can do type of a Boolean, and it obviously is going to spit me out a Boolean. The next thing to see, what does the type of an object yield? And that yields an object. Okay, wonderful. Now look, you can do type of on anything. So there happens to be in the global namespace, for example, if I type window, there is a globally accessible, because it is a global variable called window. And this points to the entire window of the the browser, right? And so notice that there's a window there. There's a window.document as well. Notice how that the representation of this, right? The representation of this in the console is interesting. You can see that all the different properties on this guy. But you can do the type of. Let's go do a type of on window, right? And the window happens to be an object. Let's do the type of on window.document, because that's also an object in there. So there's a lot of things. Let me bring this up to the top. The type of window.document, hitting up arrow, type of on window, the window object, it's an object. A lot of the things that we're going to work with in JavaScript are going to be a type of object. And then there's going to be different ways to kind of tease out more specifics if we needed them to find out more specifics about the specific type of object that we're dealing with. So put this in your utility belt. If I want to know what the type of a given variable is, like loves code, I can do this, and it's going to give me, it's going to yield a value back, right? So again, I did the type of on T loves code, right? That produced a string, right? The type of love code, the type of this is a Boolean. And then, because in that way, right, once I have T loves code, I can write another expression against that. And I can say, is T is drinking, right? So is T drinking, is that, let's make sure that that's a Boolean, right? True. If I want to make sure if it's a number, right? So what does it look like if it's a number? The type of my age, that's a number. So if I wanted to, right, I could write something where I can say type of my age, right? Let's evaluate that. I'm going to put that in parentheses because I want that to be evaluated. Is that equal to a string, right? And that's false, right? Is it equal to a number? And then that's true. So here's an expression, right? Now this becomes an operand in the operation of comparing A to B. So here's B, here's A. We can use, again, it's really important to use the parentheses, even when we start just doing simple little blocks like this, because they quickly get out of hand and you kind of lose your place and you start doing the wrong operations in the wrong order inadvertently. That is what we would call a bug. So I very instinctually just put parentheses around this guy because I know if I wanted to get bigger in my comparison in my different blocks, I wanted to make sure that this is being evaluated first before anything else, right? So this is being evaluated first, and then it's going to be strictly compared to this word number, okay? Now, again, for review, how did I get to that being true? I know first that the type of my age is a number, right? So that expression is going to yield a string number, right? You can see that's here. It's a string called number. It's very much like a string, like a string Boolean. So now that I have that, I am going to simply just capture that. I'm not going to assign it to any variable. I just want to say, hey, is that string equal to number? And hit enter, and that comes back as true. So on the left, we have examples, right? So if I was going to do the same thing here, I would say type of my age. So var th, I'm just going to say th equals type of my age, right? And then I want to say, hey, is, let me just say var result comparison is equal to the, I wanted to say, hey, is th equal to a number, right? And if we look down here, what's going to get spit out is that the result comparison is true. Yes, that th, this expression, yielded a string that is equal to number. So again, you're going to use type of later on to inspect the type of a particular variable, probably a parameter inside of a function.